God damn, I've been brushing up. I've been a Satanist for all of 30 minutes, if that, and I'm already getting ostracized. It's a long, hard road for a Satanist. Fucking went over there to went and took another knockout pill, and fucking Mom had locked the front door like, don't brush up on Satanism. What a dumb bitch. Tell me not to brush up on Satanism. Duh. And this here isn't even, I don't know. I can't wait to get to the good parts. God damn. Makes me want to worship the fucking dog shit out of Satan. I want to see how you do it. God damn dumb bitch. Locked the front door, and then I had to walk around the back door, and I stepped in a freaking big bunch of old rainwater or something. Let's see what 18's got to offer. Fucking dumb bitch. I ain't got sense. God gave her. Fucking poor, pitiful bitch. For every Charlie Manson, there are a million solid citizens who can bristle with righteous indignation over his crimes. The same fine folks who stand idly by while a little old lady is being mugged in broad daylight, not wanting to get involved, invariably alleviate their cowardice by hollering their heads off for stronger legislation against crime. Remember, there is no misfortune so great that somebody else can't put up with it. A villain is said to be bad, but an apathetic drone is far worse. A villain must be stigmatized so that his opponents can be considered heroic. These heroes are simply reactors who implement a change in affairs sometimes mistaken for progress. What sets human reaction in motion? A force which is either intrinsically or contrivedly considered evil. In order for evil to serve an admirable purpose, it must have method. The lowest level would be Satanist, who thinks he is justifying his existence by committing evil acts, and is the most deluded of all. As has been amply proven, Deep South renegades like Huey Long and George Wallace, certainly considered evil by many, nevertheless exerted reaction on a large scale. The creep whose evil deed for the day consists of pulling the wings off a butterfly invariably causes no productive reaction. He cannot rightly be considered evil, simply moronic. The more grandiose the villain, the more beneficent he is to society. The small-time villain affects only the microcosm in which he operates, unless his act of villainy is considered so heinous that it spreads beyond his normal sphere of influence. When a villain attains universality, he is endowed with the mantle of devildom. However, if a real villain does not come forward to serve as a convenient embodiment of evil, thereby serving the good guy's cause, such a person must be developed and sometimes invented. If evil were by chance eradicated, the race would die of inertia, at least under existing standards of mental and emotional development. That the villain is the most formidable enemy of boredom was proven in a rather quaint manner by a short-lived tabloid called Good News. Feeling that the populace was wary of the standard journalistic fare of murder, rape, war, riot, scandal, and catastrophe, Good News printed just that, good news. It valiantly lasted 2 or 3 issues before its not untimely demise. Why did it die? Good news is only really good to those directly involved. Most people lead such futile and useless lives that only bad news make them feel better. If not better, certainly gooder. If one cannot gain recognition for anything else, he can rest well with the assurance that he is good, which in most cases equates with right. Were it not for an evil to rail against, he might just as well never have been born. Yes, evil is the great savior and sustainer of those who condemn it most. Duck-billed platitudes. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. The rich do not get richer, but the poor, having little or nothing to lose, can only get richer. If diligence will not do it, then charity will. All the world loves a lover. I've never heard that one. Bosses hate lovers because they can't keep their minds on their work. The loveless hate lovers because they are envious. Even lovers have little patience with other lovers. They consider another's choice of love object inferior to their own. The best things in life are free. They may be free for you, but somebody else is paying for them. Honesty is the best policy. Should read, credibility is the best policy. Beauty is only skin deep. A balm for the ugly who cannot help but harbor hostility because of their condition. The plain and ugly often mask hostility behind an unctuous or affable facade, which is sometimes mistaken for inner beauty. I got skull. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. A sure way of making a pest of yourself. Better, if at first you don't succeed, wait and see what happens. If nothing happens, try a different approach. If still unsuccessful, try someone or somewhere else. I like that. There is no substitute for hard work. If you are what others expect of you, it matters not how much or how little you do. I like that. The good guy badge. Man is a selfish creature. Everything in life is a selfish act. Man is not concerned with helping others, yet he wants others to believe he is, inasmuch as selfishness is akin to pride, and vanity considered the devil's work. The first rule of the prideful was to make an exhibition of piety and charity with a good guy badge to pin to his lapel. Man cannot progress one step further towards his own goodhood until he removes that good guy badge. Mankind's true saviors are not those who led exemplary lives, but those who have enabled man to pose as good. Through the cause he provided against himself, Hitler enables countless millions to become righteous. Any semblance of goodness detected in moral enemies seems to dull the luster of the good guy badge. Good guy saints are often only winners in abstinence contests. Perceptive scholars and objective students of human nature aver the most of history's saints have surreptitiously indulged in life's rewards while offering another public picture to the naive and conditioned multitude. Leopold von Sacher-Masoch had not yet written Venus in Furs, yet religious and secular Severans were a zloty a dozen. I don't know. The devil, aside from being the best friend the church has ever had, also bestows upon the individual his mantle of goodness. In whatever allegory the devil is conjured, he becomes a reaction device for those who need him the most. Intrinsically, evil people are often hypocrites who make a show of their good guy badge. Without an enemy to plague them, they could never in any believable sense become good. This is not to say that one should not be angered in injustice or to speak out against whatever violates one's security. That is the first law, the law of self-preservation. But we must consider the motives behind the selection of an enemy. Perhaps nothing more is threatened beyond the threat of not having an enemy. Perhaps nothing more is threatened beyond the threat of not having an enemy. If, having a pain, you inflict sufficient torment to another area of your body, it is easy to pretend that the original pain was never there. I can relate to that. The good guy needs a bad guy to ease the pain of his own inadequacy. This is why his enemy will never perish, for if he did it would bring about great internal pain. Without a cause to take his mind off his own wretchedness, he would be lost. Damn, that's so fucking true. I hate Greg a lot. And when I'm not hating him, I love this book. For the bored and simple, those of little or no accomplishment, those who care little whether they live or die, an enemy is essential. This guy's talking about me. Their validity as human beings is measured not by what they can do or who they are, but by who they are against. Paradoxically, these are the hypocrites who shun any manifestations of negative propensities. Their vocabularies are turgid with terms like true, charitable, integrity, spiritual, equality, humanity, moral, ethical, rehabilitate, understand, empathy, etc. ad infinitum. Some of these good guys, like the fellow who wants to put pants on dogs, are rather transparent. The majority are not. Why they want to put pants on dogs? My purpose here is to make hitherto undetectable good guys as visible as Freud made the lady with the closet full of Frankfurters. When self-appointed good guys are not only spotted but ridiculed for the ostentation of their badges, man will have come a big step closer to the accurate evaluation of personality. I'm soaking it in. Getting closer to Satan. Satan. Satan is love, Satan is real, Satan in the morning, Satan in the evening, safer at such a time. When Satan's in a book, you can have Satan anytime. I like this Satan guy. He's a pretty swell fellow. They've not even talked about him yet. Maybe they have. Maybe I've not been paying attention. My nighttime meds are kicking in. You notice this big ugly sty I got on my right eye? Oh well, this here's part 2 of brushing up on my Satanism.